Civil War.
Hello everyone and welcome to Final Show. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've just got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I want to let everybody know that our addresses have changed. Our Twitch channel has changed from Senstaku to twitch.tv/FinalShowFilms, and our YouTube channel has also changed to youtube.com/FinalShowFilms. Next, we want to thank our $20 tier supporters on Patreon, which is patreon.com/FFilms, by the way, if you want to go throw a couple bucks our way. That's going to be Cat Waterflame, Antitonic, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Monty. Thank you guys for that. Also, our website is in the process of getting updated, so go take a look at finalshowfilms.com. We've got Mara and Jeremy are working on updating all of our stuff there, making it look nice and like a modern website, and frankly, they know what they're doing far better than I or Austin ever did. So if you want to check out the things that are changing over there, you go do that. Follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films for updates for all future things, including things that are going on with our website and going on with the Patreon page, and things that are going on live as we stream them, as well as our podcasts and everything else. So thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to Everyone is Warlocks, Conflux, our D&D 5th edition campaign that I'm running here on Final Show Films. My name's Jack, I'm your storyteller and dungeon master, and introducing our full house cast of characters today, starting with Nikki.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikki Johnson. I'm playing Diamond Guitar, the folk hero Pact of the Blade, and I'm a furry.
And Jeremy.
Hang on a
I
second.
knew it was coming.
I like Nikki just
I knew it was fucking coming, and I still was not prepared.
just took a baseball bat to Jeremy's kneecaps right there and just like, BAM! Go now, fucker!
I am Jeremy. I am playing Korshana Savakri, a Kalishtar Pact of the Chain Warlock, who is not a furry and certainly does not do anything inappropriate with his closet familiar.
And John.
I'm John. I'm playing Hedon, the Tiefling Noble, who is currently in a power suit, and that's all that really matters.
I should
And
clarify,
Aaron?
by the way, sacrificing a allowing your closet to be eaten does not count as inappropriate, to be clear. Totally no.
I mean, the closet thinks so.
Yeah.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Zoe, the half-drow faction agent, and as of 10 minutes ago, I don't know any of these people. I'm not affiliated with
And
them.
Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Aurelia Clementine Evans, great old one warlock and archaeologist. No.
No.
And Cody.
No.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Cole, the urchin Pact of the Chain Warlock.
Who's a shifter.
Who
And
is a
William.
shifter.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Wotan Saltspray, the dwarven pirate of the Pact of the Compass, and I unfortunately know these people every day of my life.
And our last moments in Conflux were spent as the Hawkshead Compact followed up on the disturbing news that a ranking warder intends to destroy at least one city district in some level of fanatical crusade against the city's criminal element, more or less. Having taken the nieces of Thalia Forgefire captive to ensure her cooperation, Ward Captain Reinald Cledwin intends to force the smuggler and river bandit to sabotage the Stormway's canal lock, releasing about half the Reedy River at once into the southern districts, which will likely cause incalculable damage and an immense death toll. The
Which
attack is scheduled for the 28th of this month in about 2 days' time. But now, our eyes are drawn once again to Hawkshead House itself, where the Compact has assembled to discuss their plans as a single star begins to glimmer a strange red in the eastern sky.
Sorry, I had wanted to get to another place in Knife Swamp before returning.
You can retcon that.
Okay.
But we're starting
Okay.
the
Cool.
Hawkshead House.
Cool. All right.
So everybody's there.
Start.
You guys have reassembled for the evening. But first, we are going to be visiting Korashana, as they are currently familiarless and need to rectify that.
Yes, we do.
So
yeah, I think I've gotten enough from everybody to do this. So yeah, I will put the appropriate pieces together. A little bit of ice, all the right herbs. I almost said herbs and spices.
How many herbs and spices does it take to summon a closet?
KFC is kind of like a demonic
12.
failure, right?
Jack.
12. That extra one is chaos.
Jack, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Because it was brought up when I was because it was brought up when I took Summon Lesser Demons, is there a chance of failure when summoning your familiar?
Not with your familiar.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, put everything in appropriate brazier.
Okay.
Do a little frostbite. That's the spell. To freeze it all up, and then do the invocation to bring good old Shethal back.
All right. Just roll me a straight Arcana check then.
Okay.
Nice.
The dice like me for once.
Yeah.
So you focus your will, drawing on that frigid, tense linkage of power that you have forged between yourself and an extra-dimensional entity without its permission.
Yep.
And you just give it a tug. With, I would say, probably some level of spitefulness.
A little bit.
And there's a shattering somewhere along the bond as fragments of power once again coalesce into something in front of you, and with a very angry Quasit reappears. There's a level of scarring evident around the throat area, but it looks old, well healed over. Definitely no lasting damage there, but still some evidence, shall we say.
Hello, friend.
The profanities immediately begin to spew forth in a language that you do understand.
We let him go for a little bit.
Right, so about 30 seconds pass.
Murdered. Do you feel better? I tell you what. I understand you're angry. I will tell you. That's not going to be a norm. I can at least assure you of that. You are an abomination, and the servant of something. Thank you. And the servant of something that I think we both know where my plans go there. But we are working together, whether you like it or not. I don't plan to make this any more difficult on you than need be. That said, do your best not to misbehave, or I may have to reconsider. Are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's go meet up with everybody else. I'm sure there is discussion. Come on.
And like the most reluctant of puppets, the legs start to move, and Shathal follows you back downstairs. What did Aurelia need to accomplish before getting
Oh, it was just to stop and well, actually, I'll do that later because I don't know what our plans are. I'll say I'll do that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Diamond had spent some time outside the house. Comes in looking a little damp. It is raining lightly currently in Knives Font. With a probably somewhat disconcerted, not terribly satisfied look on her face. And Heaton, I assume, is just kind of stomping around flamboyantly in power armor, just really reveling in the fact that he has a fancy gimp suit.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You should probably take that off at some point and like air it out. There was a dead body in there recently.
I mean, it was a long dead body.
Okay.
It does smell of dead body, though.
That's kind of my aesthetic.
Okay, fine, whatever. Just don't get a weird fungus growing in there or something. Or if you do, please tell me so that I can get samples.
I will let you know if I get dead body fungus.
Sweet. We have to plan about what is happening next.
Yeah.
What did you find out with the information?
Well, we found out that Reinald Cledwin intends to flood Knives Font by breaking the canal lock.
Yeah.
My immediate plan is to go and have a conversation with with our landlords about possibly setting up the necessary situations to deal with Mr. Cledwin within the next 2 days, which is all we've got.
Oh,
How?
We're going to have to hit him at his house, which means we're going to have to pull his guards away from him, which is something that I think the Were-Rats might be particularly helpful with. Because by the time he leaves his house, there's no way of tracking him properly or predicting his movements.
The other thing is if we attack him at his house, then he's going to put all of his defenses up and he's going to be aware that we're coming. I don't...
He doesn't know we're coming right now.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
But as soon as we start attacking with Were-Rats or whatever, it's...
The sound of the suit releasing as I pull myself out. Ah, it's sweaty. Yes, no, he doesn't know we're coming right now. And as soon as we start attacking, he will know we're coming. That's sort of the point of attacking.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would be...
The attack of Were-Rats would be the beginning of the murder stroke. There wouldn't be time for him to pull more defenses if we do this right.
Were-Rats, then us. Sort of 1-2. It's
yeah,
not like...
presumably we are already in place when we start a frontal assault. That's how assassination works.
Yeah, it's not like we're sending the Were-Rats in and then trying again in 2 days. We don't really have 2 days.
We only have 2 days.
Which means we don't have 2 days.
I don't mean to be overly callous, but like in terms of There's this myth of Occam's razor. I have a question. What if he's planning this, and it sounds like he absolutely needs that girl we spoke to?
If you continue that line of thought, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I'm just asking why the hell she's helping him if she doesn't think it's a good idea. But, you know,
because he's got her family hostage.
Okay. Clearly this was information the rest of you had. I'm new around here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess rescuing a hostage family is probably not any more expedient.
We have to figure out where they were at.
Damn, that's cold. That's cold for me.
Congrats.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out where they were at,
Yeah.
which I don't know if we have a line on that. I say looking at Wotan.
Not that I've been able to find.
We'd end up having to kill him
Not
anyways.
that Thali has been able to find either.
We'd have to end up having to kill him anyways, because once we steal his hostages, he's going to send the warders out, and then we'd have to retaliate and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So killing him is just the easier way to do that whole situation.
We're going to have to cut the head off the snake.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
as far as killing him and getting into the house and doing that, Diamond and I went to go talk to mostly Shizik, who has been watching the house and trying to get closer to him and figure out what, if any, weaknesses there are there. And we found out that he has 10 to 12 guards usually on the house at any one point of time. And when he leaves, about 2/3 of them go with.
Are they all clustered together in the same spot? Within, say, 30 feet of each other?
We didn't get that information. I do not know.
I suspect they'd be distributed across the floors and across the locations of the house.
In the house, yes. Yeah. His rooms are on the second floor.
How big is his estate?
I don't know. We haven't looked.
Do you know how many floors there are?
Or right? How big's the estate, roughly? Or you'd been past it?
I don't think we've gone there.
Oh, you said
I've been
you'd been
by
past
the road before.
No, Chezik went.
Yeah.
We didn't ask him about floor plan though.
Well, Cole's just familiar with the area. I don't think Cole's actually been to that specific house.
Yeah, no, I probably ran past it a couple times, but I don't remember a specific building, I think. I could go check to see. I did have somebody following him. I could see if maybe they learned anything new. If
Ooh.
he leaves at the same time every day, or
No.
No.
He didn't have a pattern that Chiswick could find, and he tends to go in different
Yeah.
routes. And
yeah.
Step one is currently getting the were-rats on board. If you'd like to go and talk to your contact and see if you can get any information while I go up to our loan sharks and have a conversation about mutual benefits.
what are you going to tell them to do? And
I'm going to have a conversation with them, and we're going to see what kind of plan we can hash out together. I'm not going to tell them to do anything. I'm going to ask for their help. Because it's mutually beneficial to all of us to not have this district flooded.
true.
When do what Jack, when is our monthly allotment due?
Last day of the month.
How many days away is that?
Today being the... You have about 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Because this is the 20-something, then there's 40 days in a month here.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say to do a thing, but never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Given bring our rent early.
Sorry, Aaron?
Given what I was doing before I teamed up with the Compact,
Mm-hmm.
do I know anyone who's currently active from my faction that might hear these sorts of things or have their own weight on this. I know that we operate to some extent within the district, but
as far as that goes, the main contracts always get negotiated with the house directly. Oh, sorry.
Not like who would I talk to about paying for an assassination. More because they know that I'm an active warlock and I'm sort of working in an agreed, I'm doing my thing, but my services are also available to you capacity. Is there someone that might want to be passed along information about how a district might flood or something like that? Terms of if I have a contact to inform.
As far as your main contact as a go-between you and House Nerkleov, yes, you definitely have a contact. They generally expect you to be operating back in Merkdreamer lanes. But yeah.
Intel is intel, though.
Right. Yeah.
And they're probably aware situations are weird.
All right.
But if you were to get back in touch with someone, that would be Lenore Nailclath, which I'll put his name in the chat so that you have it for your files.
So I'm going to go have a conversation with our landlords if there's anything else that you all want to do while I'm heading off to do that.
You want help?
Any of you that want to come along, feel free.
I'm going with you.
Are you taking the suit with you?
No. That'll be a surprise for later.
Can Bubbles ride the suit? No, I'm kidding.
If your ooze destroys my power armor, I destroy your ooze.
He's not. He will guard it, though.
I'm just laying that out as a house rule.
I don't think he can eat your power armor.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Let's not find out.
Currently, as you look over, Bubbles is sort of just crouched on the toe of the power armor. Doesn't seem to be doing any damage to it. He's just kind of sat his gooey little green ass down on the left toe of the boot.
I'm so proud.
I think
I just point at Bubbles. If you eat that, I eat you.
I would not suggest you eat.
I'm glad we understand one another.
Edible. This is not Cora speaking. This is me speaking. I think Bubbles and Shithal should become best friends.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
And have adventures.
I can't wait.
I want Jinx.
Oh my god, we need
Very-
super pets this
Very
shit.
specifically, by the way, I cannot wait until I summon lesser demons and summon a pair of closets that then start to beat up Shithal.
Yes. I mean, at that point, I would be honest. I'm gonna kick those closets' asses because nobody gets to fuck with my familiar but me.
I just like the idea of we're running away. I summon a pair of closets to be a distraction. They see Shithal and just start beating the shit out of Shithal.
Well, yeah, because if you lose control of the demons, you can't tell them to do things.
I have no control over them whatsoever with summon lesser demons. They're just there doing their own thing.
Anyway.
That's why they're a distraction, not a weapon.
So, all right, those of you that are coming with me, let's get going.
Diamond's going.
Dude, me too.
Diamond, Hedon, and who else with Wotan?
I think they'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just those three then.
I'll
I
go
feel like
next
if
time.
Diamond's going, my being there is not helpful anymore.
I feel like you're way more helpful, but Diamond already said yes.
So Woden heads out to go meet with the landlords, with people in tow.
All right, then. So, you guys head towards Burksdale boarding house. Excuse me. It's about a 30-minute walk from Cat Scratch Alley. Once you guys get out, the evening is fast approaching. Go ahead and roll me perception checks, everybody, just to see if anybody's paying particular attention.
5.
Thank
19.
God.
Woden, you're the only one that notices towards the east, at about probably a 35 degree angle from where you're viewing the encroaching night sky. One of the stars there glimmers an oddly reddish color, not the usual.
That's not a good sign.
Well, that's not a good sign.
I point.
I look.
What's that?
It's a roof, apparently.
Did they not notice the Crimson Star that I pointed out?
I mean, they rolled a 5 and an 8. You're going to have to actually tell them what you're pointing at with those rolls.
I see shingles. I see a chimney. I see.
Look at the stars. There's one that's a particularly not friendly-looking crimson right about there.
You guys see it now.
Do I know what that entails, if anything? Having studied at one of the major academies and blah 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 blah.
I
With
mean,
my bachelor.
if you're trying to identify the star, that's a nature check.
Well, I meant like a star glowing red, if that's any significance.
I mean, you don't know.
All right,
Can I roll nature?
Yeah. I mean, you guys can roll nature to see if you... Right.
13.
No.
I know what star that is.
With a 13, that's the star Montier.
Is it normally red?
No.
Do I know? Does Montier have any significance?
Not that you're familiar with. You could roll an Arcana check at disadvantage if you wanted.
10.
You'd probably have to talk to somebody who's more of a divination, astrology,
Yeah.
whatever person.
That star's not supposed to look like that.
But you do know that generally that's not a red star.
Huh. I'm sure that's prophetic in some way or form, but I have no idea of knowing exactly how.
Neither do I. I'm just certain it's not a good sign.
Maybe it is. Maybe the prophecy is when this specific unimportant star glows red, all your fortunes will be massive.
Didn't even rhyme. Aren't prophecies supposed to rhyme?
No.
Mm.
If a prophecy rhymes, it's probably fake.
I don't know.
Fake prophecies rhyme because prophecies are supposed to rhyme. So people that are selling you fake prophecies make them rhyme so you believe they're prophecies.
Good to know you wouldn't sell a fake prophecy, Hedon.
Nope, never.
You've sold at least 3 fake prophecies in your life.
I feel like he sold at least 3 fake prophecies since we've met him.
Yes.
Tiefling with fancy tattoos. People expect me to have like ESP and shit.
Are you? Is Hedon the Melisandre of Conflux?
Everybody's important. No, because Melisandre believed her prophecy. She just
that's fair.
switching it
That's
from
fair.
person to person. Like, nope, he died. Guess he wasn't it. Jon Snow, come here.
I mean, I do have a shadow baby for what it's worth.
Oh my God.
Anyway, you guys arrive as the lamps are starting to be lit near Burksdale. Walking
The lights
in,
are also being turned on.
You're a
walking in,
terrible person.
We're going to our landlords.
Yep. The common dining room is a little less populated than it was the first time you guys visited here. The bartender kind of sizes you up as you walk in.
What's the name of the boss?
I thought this was a boarding house. Why is there a bartender?
Because there's a common room that has a bar in it. Because when you have
Nice.
lodgers, right? Why does a hotel have a bar sometimes?
Yeah,
I guess
no,
it's just
never
that there's
understood
there's a different implication with with the term boarding house than hotel.
Hostels
Yeah.
have bars in them.
Yeah.
Well, what was the name of the boss?
Your landlord?
Yeah.
Mencken. Hiram Lucius Mencken.
I need to have a conversation with Minkin about important matters that all of us should be concerned about.
All right. Sure. I'll see if he's... Just sit down and wait.
Record hotels have bars because where the hell else are Republican senators going to find their grinder dates?
Oof.
Airport bathrooms.
Put him to shit. After about 2 minutes of waiting, I'll talk to you. And jerks ahead towards the door that he had just recently left, that you've been through once before.
All right, let's have a conversation then. And I head in.
Mencken is there, hair combed back, spectacles perched on the end of his fairly narrow pinched features, looking over a series of books, it seems.
Mencken.
He rests his quill. Huh. Well, rent's not due, but come on in, have a seat. So you've got business.
Yes, and I think you're going to want to be involved in this one, seeing as how it pertains to all of us and the safety of this district.
Well, that does not sound like the job I had Warrington offer you
No,
back. So,
no, it's actually a job that I'm going to need your help with.
unusual, but I'll hear you out.
Are you familiar with a man by the name of Reinald Cledwin?
Yes.
Are you familiar with how much of a shit stain and a psychopath this man is?
No.
You can take a guess at my line of work and guess that I have solid informants.
I can take a guess at your line of work, and if you say you've got solid informants, I don't see any reason particularly to disbelieve you.
From my informants, I have learned that the next step on Sir Reinald Cledwin's psychopathic crusade against the criminal element of Conflux is to destroy one of the locks and flood Knives Font.
Well, knowing what I know of the man, that's not a story that I would simply dismiss out of hand, because the scope of said consequences are not ones that I care to risk.
What did we lose? We lost someone.
Aaron.
Aha. We Diamond and Jeremy's cameras shifted to a half black screen, and then Jeremy became Aaron.
I mean, Portland.
Yeah.
I'm not in Portland, though.
And we've got 2 days to solve this situation before it's put into effect.
That is not much time at all.
The only solution that I've currently got is to cut the head off the snake.
That is definitely not much time at all to plan that sort of operation. And let me guess, you are going to appeal to both my nature as a resident and a businessman and any number of other roles that I serve here to say that it is in my best interest to assist you in.
I just trust that you don't want to fucking die in a flood.
Well, I mean, if he's going to do it within 2 days, I take a vacation up north and
then lose your entire holding, yes.
Uh-huh. But your point stands.
We've got the location of his house, and we've got information on the number of guards that he's got, and the levels of his house, and which floor has his personal chambers on it. We just need the guards off-site while we move in and strike the killing blow.
Or otherwise occupied.
Hmm. Well, nothing is free, but I might be able to put some things in place. Do you need... What do you need specifically?
We need the distraction for the guards. The group of us are more than willing to take down Cledman ourselves and handle whatever comes afterward. We just need the opening.
Okay. So you have a way into the house, into the target.
If our thief can't open the doors, we'll just have to break them down. We're not going to be deterred by the building itself.
We might have a way in.
Yes, we might have a contact that can get us in as well.
Yes.
All right. Who's your thief?
You've met Cole. Well, wasn't Cole here when we started?
No, not met Cole.
Nope.
No, I was going to say, Menken's going to look at you and go,
Never mind then.
As much.
Never mind then. One of our compact is somewhat more talented in the fields of thievery and remaining out of sight.
All right.
Unless you're volunteering a lockpick.
I'm saying that I've got some lockpicks and I've got some people that are capable of not even needing to pick the locks frequently, and I wouldn't necessarily say no to letting you hire them out.
That's a conversation that we could probably have. Like I said, I'm here to ask for your help and hammer out a plan as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, depending on how flush you are, I could let you have Kenna for 30 a night.
So 30 for the night.
I don't think we need help getting into that.
No, not as such at the moment, possibly.
All right. Anyway, rats around here generally go for 30 a night.
Good to know for the future, at the very least.
Cost is tripled if they don't come back alive.
Fair. Do I know if that's counted in silver or gold?
That's definitely gold.
I figured. So, you willing to give us a hand with the distraction, at least?
Here's the thing with distractions. I mean, yes, okay. Let's say that if we don't kill this man, everybody's dead. That's a fairly compelling argument. Distractions get to stay on the outside. They run a bit of risk of being caught, and they don't actually get to be near where the money is to be made in these sort of endeavors.
Do you want to send along one of your thieves just to get a hand on whatever's inside his house?
or a cut of whatever we find after we're done.
I would say that that's not completely outside the realm of what might be considered courteous in these sort of arrangements. You mostly do river work. How many inland smash and grabs?
A small handful, usually then followed by an escape by a river.
General practice. Is that this is sort of done by an entire team, and yes, the distraction element always gets at least a standard share in whatever's taken.
I'll be honest with you, all I want is the man dead. So if you want to send one of your looters in to grab what they can from his house, I don't have a complaint.
All right. Where is his place in Fell Heights?
I will list off the address that we've been given, and I'll note that he had the numbers that we've been given is that he has somewhere between 10 and 12 guards on staff most days.
That's a significant contingent.
His house has 3 floors. His quarters are on the 2nd floor.
Which I assume is your target.
Indeed.
All right. There is the element of territory to be considered. I don't currently have anybody to go to ask for permission, which is what it would be in this case, to pull an operation. So there's the risk of trespass and recompense and consequences to be considered there.
We've only got 2 days. We don't exactly have time to find whoever the criminal underlord is in Fell Heights, although I doubt that person isn't in Cledwin's pocket.
Jack?
Yeah.
Having been raised, but not necessarily living my whole life in Fell Heights, do I have any idea what sort of area in Fell Heights is the shady part of Fell Heights, aside from everywhere?
Give me a history check. DC's gonna be probably a 17 for this one.
23.
Okay, then. Yes, you are aware of where people would go or where people shouldn't go, depending.
Where would that be?
That sort of thing is generally closer to the boundary between Fell Heights and Tricktowns. So kind of your northeastern area, which is partially why the Warder's Tower is also in that area.
I don't know exactly who it would be, but if you're looking for someone that would be the kind of person to take offense at operating in his territory, he's definitely based out of the Tricktown side of Fell Heights, probably around the Warder's Tower.
Yeah, this needs to be done in about 2 days, according to your information. So what I'm saying is there's not time for that to be handled properly. So that's going to come down on all of our heads after the fact, and everybody's going to need to have preparation or at least some level of collateral slash options in place for that.
You're helping out a compact of warlocks. We'll remember that favor. You'll have us for backup if you need us to help settle a gang war.
Good. I just didn't want your group going in blind and thinking that there's not going to be significant fallout from this whole thing.
Assassinating a warder captain of the most politically active district in the city. Pretty certain no matter what we do, there's going to be fallout.
Good. I'm glad you're aware. But there comes a time in the life of every man where eventually he's tempted to spit on his hands and hoist the black flag and start slitting throats. So, let's see what happens.
Yo ho.
All right.
Sorry, what?
So, considering everything going along, I'll say that if you'll have young Kenna along with you, I'll be willing to drop her services down to 20 for the evening. Still triple if she comes back dead.
If we're paying for her, if we're paying her for her services, then we get to keep anything we find off what we kill.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is just par for the course. And to an extent, you are going with some of the more hazardous aspects. So, yes.
Just wanted to make sure that was clear. Hang on a second.
This is why I'm glad I've got the coin that I've collected for rent in an item and not in my gold bar. I just have an item that says rent pouch, 60 gold. So that I'm not counting it in the coins that I've actually got.
William, how much coin do you actually have?
I have 17 gold, 21 silver, and 26 copper that is not in my rent. I have most of the price of the.
I just sort of palm you 10 gold.
Works for me. Put my own 10 on there.
All right. Are you all looking for other supplies currently?
I think tomorrow night would be the night for the run.
All right.
I think most of us are about as kitted out as we can get.
But tomorrow night gives us time to prepare.
All right.
Also gives you time to prepare.
I'll get some of the boys and girls together then. And we will wrangle some level of disastrous event.
Really quick, Jack. In the information, in all the information that we gathered, did we get a time? Did we get a average time that he is home by?
Did we get that from Chezik?
Like, he goes home at nights and stays the nights at home, or is he regularly out really late at night, or blah, 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 blah.
Yes, you did get the Aurelia and Diamond did get that information.
I'm assuming they would have shared it with us at when they shared everything else. So
yes, they would have, and yes, generally he takes his dinners in.
So tomorrow night, be ready to start a ruckus around dinner time. Whatever time that is that we have established previously with our information.
Yeah. Just prior to sunset, then. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll be in place, waiting for a distraction.
We'll arrive sometime early to set ourselves up and be ready.
Excellent. Well, we'll stay in touch. I can, just to give you all a plan, I'm going to let you. The working concept currently is going to be a significant detonation of alchemist fire in a reasonably proximal location.
I can
Is
appreciate.
probably what we'll be looking at.
I can appreciate that kind of plan.
Effective.
And if you need to buy some poisons, let me know.
How
That's-
much for poisons?
How much do you need?
I mean, to start off, maybe to kill a man.
Well, we've got paralytics and we've got murdery types. They're not cheap because we don't do shoddy work down here. But I can offer you market price with a maybe slight friends and family cut.
Paralytics.
Yeah, we've got some things that we wrangle off of carrion crawlers. So,
What kind of price are you asking there?
standard market is 200.
Interesting.
This is an acquire yourself price, really, more than a.
What kind of supplies would you be willing to part if, say, we were willing to make the deal later down the line to do this job of yours that your friend went to come and talk to us gratis?
Well, I mean, that job is scheduled for the night of the gala that's happening up there. That's not really a down the line sort of thing.
Yes. If we were to offer to do that job, letting you take the bulk of the funds rather than taking our own cut, would you be willing to give us some supplies to give us the extra upper hand here?
You'll need to make a persuasion roll for that one.
Natural 20!
I think I could manage something.
Oh my god. This is great.
If you're willing to pull one pro bono job sometime within the next week, yes, I can provide you with some extra poison to take along with you guys when you go to kill Cledwin. Say 3 vials. Two of the paralytic, one of the murdery type.
I like the sound of that. The two of us are the only ones here to voice our opinions at the moment. You two on board with this?
I shrug.
Yeah.
Good enough then. I'll make sure that Kenna has those in her possession when you all go to murder a guard captain.
Can't say we're not ambitious.
It's the great game.
All right then.
A pirate's life for me.
Had to get a one-liner in.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be just fan-fucking-tastic. Okay,
You know what,
well,
when you take that extra step to get that one-liner and it really undercuts your seriousness, leave the jokes to me.
Whoever said I was serious? I don't know why. I don't know whatever made you lot think that I was a serious person.
You act serious. You might not take yourself seriously, but you act like you're.
Anyway, get out of my office now, and we'll be in touch.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Good night.
Leave.
Sweet dreams.
Are made of these. I don't know why I said that. It was just instinctual.
Came from
And the
the
door
gut.
slams behind you guys.
That same force that makes people name their shops weird things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need
So
to
you
go
guys
talk
have
to
at least
Jessica.
a were-rat gang who's going to form the bulk of your distraction, and one smaller were-rat who's going to be along for the run.
Yep.
Okay.
Excited.
While they're away, I'm probably ducking out.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Oh, same. Sure, why not?
Let's cover
Really?
all that shit then.
Leaving Cora at the house. Sorry, Jeremy.
It's like,
Where'd everyone go?
how did everybody leave? I can literally read mine.
Jinx is still there with you, just sitting next to you.
So Cora is camped out in a house with an octopus,
And a
a
cat.
Stressim,
A closet.
And an oozling.
and
And
an
an
oozling.
And an empty mech suit.
That smells faintly of rotting corpse.
And Hedon.
And
So,
and
rotting corpse.
Rotting corpse and Hedon sweat.
Yeah, that's not a terribly faint smell that's coming from that, though. It definitely smells like there's been something dead in there for an extended period.
I'll prestidigitate it when I get back.
Prestidigitation, the wizard's floor cleaner.
Pretty much.
Okay. So starting with Zoe. Are you headed to try and get in touch with your general contact, or?
Yeah, I'm headed to the person that is. I am an informant too.
Okay.
The opposite of how this relationship is usually in D&D.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I assume that there's somewhere that I can at least like signal that I have something to say. See if anything comes back.
I mean, if you're planning on running yourself up to Merc Dreamer, you know where you could reach them. It would take you the
I
better
was
part
planning
of the
to grab a
night, but
cheap
yeah.
carriage to Merc Dreamer. See
Okay.
if I can...
All right. So, yeah, you will be able to get in touch with them. And
yeah,
put everything in place there as needed. Lenore is generally the person you report to, but things have been a little in flux with your recent changes over the past few weeks anyway.
fine.
So everything's a little up in the air. It's
Yeah.
odd, but you've been managing it. So
Lanor will know if it runs up the chain, if it stops with him, whatever. So yeah, he's who I'm reaching out to.
Okay. That'll probably cost you getting back and forth, everything all together. I'm going to say you're probably going to have to sink at least 2 gold into the whole extravaganza, but that's going to get you
Sure.
where you need.
Sure.
Yeah. But after a few hours on a carriage and everything all set, you find yourself in his quarters, which is where you usually report to him.
Give a reasonable curtsy. I came across some things of interest.
Good. And what sort of things are these?
I cannot speak to how much it benefits us, but it's always better to know more. The geez, I hate proper names. Ward Captain of Fell Heights. It's in, and on the night of the Warder's Ball to sabotage the gates that I definitely know the name of.
Fuck.
Flooding knives fawn at the turn.
Well,
those that I have been enlisted to work alongside are incentivized to stop this and have already enlisted some help to that end.
All right.
I do not know what their plan will come to be, and my judgment of their characters that it will drastically change the moment before it is enacted and immediately after it is enacted again.
Magic does have a way of being unpredictable. We've trained you well, though, so hopefully some of those skills will make this a little easier.
One must hope. To my knowledge, the working plan is that if the man is assassinated in advance, the bridge will remain unbroken as the saboteur is being coerced. If I might speak frankly about opinion more than fact.
Sure. Go right ahead. Why not?
Apologies. I am admittedly slightly skeptical that this man operates enough alone that his death will entirely stem his conspiracy. But I confess I have little actual knowledge of such workings.
What you say is valid. And you see his eyes kind of dart back and forth a little bit, as they do when he's usually trying to think fast on his feet. The same conclusion I would arrive at in your situation, I believe.
Your praise honors me.
So, if you succeeded this, the collective you, there will be a vacuum that might be exploitable. So that is valuable. However, your group yourselves would be advised to vanish, at least for the time being. and let other hands do the direct work of filling the void.
Understood. Is there anything else you need to know on the matter?
At the moment, no. We will wait and watch. Other houses will be surprised, though. And probably give us opportunities that we might be able to draw to our advantage. So, very well done, I think, is all that need be said from my chair.
Oh, is that the house of service?
As are we all.
Unless he has anything else to do, I'll sort of bow again, dismiss myself, head back.
No, but as things go, you feel like that's probably one of your better run-ins with Lenore.
Yeah,
So-
that was better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But hey, entire district is going to be made vulnerable / that is not bad intel.
Nope, not at all. Cole,
Yes.
who are you off to talk to?
I was going to go see if I could find Cledwin's tail. I hired one person to go out
Yep.
and tail him, to hire the other one, or to tail the other guy. And then after that, I want to see if I can go to Ludo's hangout spot, his go-to, and have a quick chat with him before I head back.
Okay. Your tail that
I will
you
mask a many face.
Yeah.
To the same person I was before.
Yeah. But the kid that you sent to do that job, they have similar information to confirm the sort of stuff that Wotan was able to get from the elf and that Aurelia was able to pull from Chiswick's reports.
Okay, I just had a couple more questions for him, though.
Okay.
If he stopped anywhere on his way while did he stop at any buildings or shops or anything like that?
Ledwin?
Yeah,
when he makes his rounds, does he have any other
did it
repeatable
seem like
sort of?
Well, did it seem like he kind of went out of the way anywhere? Or
Not particularly
Okay.
that you were able to find. No.
Okay.
And yeah, or at least not consistently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And then Ludo. See if I
Okay.
can find him at his favorite bar or whatever.
Yep, you are able to track down Ludo.
Okay. So I'll just kind of sit across the table from him.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Ludo. Middle name narrative, last name dissonance.
So how's everything going?
for us, relatively well. Been not the greatest situations right now, but I think I think everybody else knows what they're doing.
Then.
So, you're not working in Knives Font anymore, are you?
Not
Exclusively?
much.
Not much. Okay. Yeah. Just in case, maybe don't go to Knives Font over the next few days.
Yeah.
Don't have anything. Shouldn't be anything to worry about if we do this, but should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have anybody in there, maybe have them leave for a few days. Know anybody? And then
I know lots of people, but you're gonna have to tell me what. I mean,
some guard captains trying to pull some shit, and so Knives Font isn't the best place for really anybody right now. So.
oh yeah. All right. All right.
If anybody asks why, just say that you've seen people hanging around the locks.
The river locks.
Yeah.
That's a weird place for them to be.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. I just don't want to say something that could get somebody else hurt. But,
You talking the locks between Song Sorrows and Underbow, or are you talking the northern ones between Storm? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
And you can't like what's going on with?
It's somebody in my group. They have some. Some people could get hurt if the wrong people hear that people are already finding out about it.
I don't know, loose lips and that sort of thing. Sure, but okay.
Yeah, and then do you know anybody that is good at tailing people or people?
Well, yeah.
Better than me?
Well, not better than you necessarily, but roughly. I mean,
yeah. If anybody's looking for work, can you send them to the Hawkshead house? I'm trying to get some kind of information, just in general, for what
set up networks and that sort of thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I could maybe
tell them that if they got good news, it's worth a gold piece.
Just good news in general, or good news in specific?
Good news that can help. We'll decide when we get that. But if they got dirt on anybody, especially nobles or anybody on the sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're looking for dirt on
anybody that's got power.
And that is a broad fucking net, my lad.
In the government. Like,
that is a very, very slightly less broad fucking net, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I gotta cast a wide net to start with. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is either gonna be that you have literally every street urchin between here and 13 Clouds beating down your doorstep.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna, if they got any news, tell them to meet a guy that looks like this, and I'll change into
that is unpleasant to the extreme. And okay, wait, hold the face, I gotta okay.
Wearing green robes.
Okay.
At some bar I'm sure I know of on the border of Songster on Knives Font, like right there. Is there a bar somewhere near here?
Roll me a history check.
Mr. Urchin.
Oh yeah, 15.
15. Bar roughly about there, you would say Ale Fire.
Ale Fire?
Ale Fire. Yep.
Ale Fire, yeah. Have them meet me at Ale Fire.
I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out the pun on that one.
It's a Nabokov novel.
Okay.
Pale Fire. But yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, have you heard anything from what's anything big happening in the street?
I mean,
Anybody making noise in any of the other districts? Any other compacts?
oh, like
Besides the ones
Warlock shit.
Yeah. Or anybody making noise.
No. I literally have heard nothing.
All right.
It's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I ask, and I can't.
Did they just shut up and turn and walk the other way or something?
It's like my shit stinks twice as bad as it usually does. I don't know.
I didn't want to say anything. Unless
Jesus fuck, Cole. You little shits.
Hey, it's
Okay.
been a while since I've seen you. And I think just from that point on, I'll just shoot the shit with him for a couple hours. Then.
Okay. And Aurelia, what are you doing?
Yes. I was gonna go find Drenner Span.
Okay.
Do I know where they were the last time I had heard from them? It's been a while.
Drenner was last time you heard.
Yep.
Actually, give me a history check.
Okay. Let's see how good I am at finding people. 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
Last time you heard about where they were, it was far northeast Knives Font, near the Undergrass access up there, actually.
Perfect. Okay. So I start heading that direction. I have got my crossbow out, like I would know how to use it if I needed to. I am trying to don't approach. It's basically the vibe I'm going for.
Okay.
Just
So
heading
you
out.
are basically wandering around Knives Font open carry?
Yes. So the bad
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Make me an intimidation check.
Okay. Here we go. I have proficiency in it.
18.
Decent.
That's enough to sort of give off enough of a fuck off vibe that
Sweet.
nobody you get. It's weird. You're used to sort of being having to stay on a relatively reserved standpoint in order to make people leave you alone.
Yep. This is new.
You decide to swing to the complete other end of the spectrum. And weirdly, it's working.
Huh.
Like, you don't quite hear the spaghetti western, you know. But it's almost like that.
Perfect. That's what I'm going
Which
for.
you're like, oh, so this is what fake it with confidence does. Okay. Because, you know, there's rain on your glasses and you really can't see anything.
Nope.
But yeah, apparently, for whatever reason, tonight is the night that if you're going to stalk with a rage-filled "don't fuck with me" vibe because I've got a goddamn crossbow motif down the alleys of Knives Font, tonight is the night that works.
Yep. I guess
Okay.
So.
But you make your way down to where you think you heard them having been doing their business. And eventually, give me an investigation check as well then.
All right. 17.
It takes you a little bit, but you're able to find them.
Hey, it's me.
Don't point that thing.
Sorry.
What the actual hell is wrong with you? And where? I haven't heard from you, you know.
I know.
In
several months. I think it's been
like, yes.
Yes, more than that.
What is this whole thing?
Do you want to invite me in? It's raining out here.
While you're carrying that monstrosity? I don't know, Aurelia.
Sorry.
Do I?
Okay.
Do
yes.
I?
Yes. No.
Do I really?
Fine.
Yeah.
It's just
okay.
me. I put the crossbow away. It's just me. I wanted to come and just I need help.
Let me get this straight.
Yes.
You come to Knives fucking Font to ask me, who has not heard a single... Are you hungry?
Yes.
Then... Fine. Okay. What do you want?
I missed you.
I missed you too. Why do you have a fucking crossbow?
It's a very long story. Mostly involving me finding out that I'm a warlock apparently now. So, you know.
A what?
Yeah. You know, warlock. You can put your mouth back together now.
Okay.
Yep.
I told you that if you kept... I should have known. I should have known this would happen.
How would you have known? I haven't talked to you in 3 months.
Because you're crazy, and you don't know how to leave things alone, and you always stick your nose places where you don't actually have anything prepared to...
No. Because
I thought you were studying religion.
Well, I tried that. It did not give me any answers, so I sort of dropped it. Now warlock stuff. Basically. No.
Okay.
Why do I get like an ex-boyfriend vibe off of this person?
Not ex-boyfriend.
So
something happened to my sister, and I'm trying to fix it. The religion thing was part of trying to figure that out. It didn't. Nothing.
what happened to Constance?
She's turned into an octopus and is sort of...
Oh my god. Look, if you don't want to tell me...
Yeah. That's the whole... That's why I didn't come and... This is...
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
And pray to God you don't nat one on this.
You said it out loud.
Ah,
Okay.
12. Not terrible.
So when you say turned into an octopus,
Like literally, yes.
that's not a...
It is a thing now.
Is this your warlock shit?
I don't know if it's connected. I think it might be somehow,
Look,
but
I don't want to insult you, Aurelia, but... Make me believe you.
no, I did not do that to her. It happened, and then I was trying to figure out how to fix it, how to reverse it, or find who had done it, or do anything. And so I just spent a long time trying to figure out any sort of answer, and nothing, just complete dead ends everywhere. And then this thing shows up and offers me answers. But you know what? Those answers haven't been coming. So this is just great, right? And now, the entire... Okay. There's just everything happening. And I just want to make sure that she's safe-ish, better, more safe than here, than what's going on right now. And I figured...
Where are you living, then?
Knife's fun, actually.
So let me get this straight.
Yes, I know.
You have weird shit going on. I don't hear anything from you. And then you think, oh, I want to, and stuff goes wrong with your sister. And then you're like, I need a safe place. And you take her to fucking Knives Font?
Yeah, I know.
What is wrong with you? Look, I've been doing research because this is where people fucking, like, okay. And I camp out, and you think that this is a safe. You think this is a safe part of the city.
No, I do not. But it
Then
is...
why did...
Because it was where I am to be able to keep an eye on her, because Dad isn't going to. No. And...
Okay. So why do you show up on my doorstep tonight, then?
Because the district might flood in 2 days. Reinhold Cledwin, the guard captain, or the warder captain, Fell Heights.
Yeah.
We have found out is planning on destroying the lock that will flood most of this district, including our apartment, I think. Pretty sure.
Wait. You are definitely going to have to go back and start over.
Okay.
Because none of that follows. What?
All right. So...
Aurelia.
Yes.
You are a very good friend of mine, all things considered. But you have got to figure out how to at least tell a story so that it fucking makes sense.
All right. So part of the...
And I know I didn't used to swear that much when we used to hang out, but I've been living in a shitty part of town, and...
No, this does not surprise me. You pick up things from wherever you are.
Okay, anyway. Start over in a way that actually makes it sound like you don't just wake up every morning and think, gee, what's the biggest goddamn non sequitur I can come up with?
Okay, so the great game is starting, right? It's begun. part of the thing with that is that apparently our task as warlocks is, or at least my group's, is to take over, to have control over the government of the city somehow. So we're going around, bumbling around, trying to figure out how to do that. One of the other members of my group is a pirate captain of some sort. Yes, I realize this is a non sequitur of some sort, but I'm going to keep going. He's a pirate of some sort. He has a contact whose nieces have been taken by this Rhino Cludwin as leverage, just to, so that, you know, he can get her to do whatever dirty work he needs to be done. He has apparently a just lifelong mission, just sort of raison d'etre, to just sort of wipe all of the criminal scum from the city. And as part of that goal, he has apparently decided that on the night of the warder's ball or whatever in Fell Heights, 2 nights from now, he is going to have his lackey, this woman who my friend knows, to break the locks so that they open up and flood most of Knife's Font underwater, and therefore take a lot of people out, and make a name for himself. We are going to try and stop that. One, because we are hoping that it will lead to us finding out maybe where this Cludwin is keeping the aforementioned nieces. The other reason is so that we can kill him, because he's an important, powerful figure, and that helps further our goals. Also, he seems terrible.
Okay.
Hmm?
So why are you here?
I am here because I need you to take my sister's tank and get out. I don't want you to die in here if this goes wrong, if we fail.
So let me get this straight. Something has made you part of the great game.
Yes.
And your job is, and the objective of said competition is to overthrow the government.
Yes.
Part of that led you to join a compact that represents Knives Font, or at least is camped out here.
Yes.
And then as part of the game, you find out that your district that you decided to claim for your home, something decided that you should be camped out in, is going to end up underneath a huge amount of water because a crazy person who is in a lot of power has decided they want to destroy Knives Font.
Yes.
With a flood.
Mm-hmm.
And so your knee-jerk reaction was, I have a friend who lives in Knives Font. I have a sister who is literally living in a fishbowl in Knives Font.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get both of them out.
Yes.
And safe. So I'm going to put both of them together and say, get out, be safe.
Yes.
That's kind of sweet when you say it that way. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just been really stressful.
Why do I believe you? Because anybody else would say you need a vacation, a nap, and some therapy.
Because I'm sweet.
Okay.
I'm the voice of reason.
You have never in your life been a voice of reason. And I don't think that you've started now, even if you do have magic. All right.
No?
Okay.
I agree to disagree, and I do some prestidigitation just to make.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay, now I actually have evidence for which I should believe you.
Yep.
That's weird. Okay, what's going on? What do I need to do?
Take her, get out.
Okay.
Do you have a place to stay outside of here? I mean,
I've got some friends back in Dawnbreeze.
okay. That
On
sounds
the
good.
far away from the riverside of Dawnbreeze.
All right. Yeah. If you don't hear news of a giant flood flooding the streets, then I'm assuming it's going to be safe to come back. You can keep doing your research.
How many days?
2 days.
That's it.
That's when this is all supposed to happen. You can wait a little longer. That might be wise in case it keeps going.
Okay.
No one's safe. There's this fucking great game going on.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have a plan beyond that. That's it. It's mostly just trying not to die at this point.
So we'll assume you get that arranged.
Yep.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything else they need to get done this evening, specifically?
I do. But it can
Aiden.
wait. I'm just gonna, after we get back, I'm gonna take the suit to an armor shop and get it.
Okay.
But like I said, that can wait.
So that would actually have to wait for business hours.
Oh, they closed? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
nighttime.
Yeah.
Everybody has gone home.
You know exactly how difficult it is to keep track of time in an RPG, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I feel like by the end of the night, I should be able to defeat my patron, right?
No, you should not. But that'd be nice. But no. Okay. So we're going to assume that everybody manages to get back to.
I wanted to talk to Aurelia. It's not super important, but
Okay.
yeah. When Aurelia gets back, we have gotten back. And Diamond's just like, hey, remember those like things, the potion thingies that I gave you like a week ago? When me and Cole snuck into that one place and you got mad at us and I gave you those things to look at.
Wait, let me see if I remember.
I have notes. I do know, but like out of game.
Okay, I did not put them in my sheet apparently because I don't have them.
Oh no! Did you give him to Heaton?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Which potion? You have to remind me again. Which potions? What are we talking about?
These were potions that Diamond got along with like the giant sack of gold when they went and stole the crystal.
Okay.
Her and Cole. She gave them to you to identify or do with. She was angry. Anyway, do you have those still?
Yes.
Do you know what they do?
I don't know if I know because I never made a check for that. I don't think.
You made a check for one, and then Heaton identified the second one.
Okay, I don't. What day was that? Oh goodness, this is.
It was long ago.
Now I have to look through all my notes again. Oh goodness, that was.
This would have been back around, I want to say.
Okay, there's my plans. Do-do-do.
Episode 7.
Oh, I don't have my
They
notes
just said,
organized.
why
by
did they
episode
do
number.
that? No.
I have them organized by date. Let's see here. Do-do-do. There's the academy.
I feel like Nikki has what they are written down and can just
Oh,
tell you that.
got
and
it.
You can
It was a
parrot
potion
back.
of heroism.
I have all of this already written down, but this is like I didn't want to metagame. Like
No, that's okay.
Mhm.
Diamond doesn't know what they are.
Yeah. A potion of heroism. It's got vodka in it.
Both of them?
That's the only one I was able to identify. I don't have another one in my notes.
Okie dokie. I gave you 2. What about the second one? Mara, I'm going to help you. You gave it to Hedon to
I
identify.
did? Okay. Hedon has it.
Cool. Can I use that?
You want
We should use that for when we go to Cledwind. I don't have to use it, but someone should probably use it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, I'll make sure to bring it with.
Yes.
Do you want to carry it?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Puts that. Goes to Hedon. Hey, Hedon! Would you
Yeah?
have the... Hey, Hedon, do you have the other potion?
Here it is. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it was a thing.
Thank you! I trust you!
I don't remember what it was because I identified it and then handed it back, and apparently that got lost in translation.
Yeah.
So Hedon tells you it is whatever your notes say it is.
We're
And
gonna
what
have a fun time.
What do your notes say it is, Nikki?
My notes say that it is a potion of fire giant strength.
Your notes are correct.
Yes, they are.
Ta-da.
Because that was more than a month ago, I feel.
Look,
Your recollection is correct.
look. I will remember these goddamn potions, and I will use potions in a game and not save 31 potions till the end of it.
Fuck, out of game, that potion of fire giant strength will actually be really useful for what Wotan has planned for the fight.
I'm ready.
To be fair, 2019 is a fucking dumpster fire, and I do not blame anybody for not remembering details from last hour, much less a month ago.
To paraphrase
I had a fit
a
of
fantastically comedic Broadway show, when you can't remember what potions you were given several months ago in a D&D campaign, it would behoove you to blame the year and make it about yourself.
Accurate.
It was the session that I missed, so I just rewatched it and wrote notes. That's all.
I had a fit.
Okay.
I had a fit of white hot rage about 5 hours ago. So everything before that is just a blank at the moment.
By that, John means literally everything. He didn't know who any of us were when this stream started.
I woke up with blood on my hands. I don't know whose they are.
They had it coming, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, is there anything anybody needs to do before the long rest that is about to happen?
No.
Frantically look over the books that I got. Just reading.
I've already done that.
Okay.
Cleaning out my suit.
Okay.
Once
All right.
everybody gets back, Cora goes for a walk.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also relating the information, the plan that we got from the were-rats to the group. So
Yes,
everyone knows
make sure
that
everyone is on the same
tomorrow-
page.
That tomorrow, just before sunset, there will be an explosion, which will be our distraction to go in and kill Cledwin, and anyone who isn't in position when the explosion happens gets fucking left behind.
All right.
Fortunately, this is when I decided to go for a walk.
So Cora gets left behind.
Also, and this is just for my knowledge as your GM, which NPC allies do you plan to try and have in your back pocket going into Cledwin Manor?
Wotan is going to see if Thalia wants to come along. If she feels like she's better served by staying safe, that's fine. But if she desires to see this done herself, she is welcome. Other than that, he's going to see if he can get into contact with the maid that the elf told us about to get us a door in, to get us in the door, and that's it.
I don't think it was the elf.
The maid was informed from Chiswick.
Oh
It
yeah,
was the
sorry,
laundry
Yeah.
maid, yes.
Yeah.
The laundry maid
Stella.
is physics contact.
yeah. If we can get into contact with the laundry maid that Chiswick told Aurelia and about. Those are the two people that Wotan intends to talk to.
Anybody else?
If my house drops someone on me as this person is coming, cool. I'm assuming they don't.
They don't.
Cool.
Just want to make sure that Turner gets there and gets the tank and leaves.
All right. So you guys are able to have actually present with you if you want. Thalia, and Kenna. Kenna Warrington is the 13-year-old were-rat girl who you guys have seen a couple times.
It was implied.
Scary.
I am very in favor of having Thalia there because a tactician could be really useful.
And it was implied that Kenna was a requirement. So
Yes.
All right. Then right about now, we're going to take a quick break.
woo.
Woo!
All right.
Back in a bit.
Proud, I'm a black cat bound, and so you best not cramp my style. Proud, from the shining mountains to the fiery isles, with a wink and a smile, blinded by my light. Bigger in my hands, the joy is in the fight. Break the blessed and the damned. Watch out because I'm tearing through. The world is turning black and blue. Bursting with color I spin. I'm gliding on a wave of grace. I'm riding, don't you break my pace. Built up a highway to heaven, now I'm breaking in. Hey, time to put your metal to the test now. Hey, don't you know you're messing with the best now? Bloom of 1,000 flowers everywhere, this butterfly. Boom, got a fist of power, you can fight me, but you can't close these eyes. Blinded by my light. Bigger in my hands, the joy is in the fight. Break the blessed and the damned. Watch out because I don't hold back. Keep pressing 'cause I'll never crack. Bursting with color I spin. I'm kicking down the gates of hell. I got mine. Yearnings intertwined, the golden age in ashes once again. Under stirring stars, in the burning shards, kindle fragments of the falling rain. So look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn. Stronger together now, we were never gone, gone, gone. Look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn, my friends. Come on, come on, come on, light up the flame. You're gonna bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. Bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. Through coronas wide, supernovas die, fractured in the fateful fall of man. Feel the heart raging of a strength unseen. Unity will bring the upper hand. So look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn. Stronger together now, we were never gone, gone, gone. Look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn, my friends. Come on, come on, come on, light up the flame. You're gonna bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. Bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. Fly into the path of sacrifice, race another bullet paradise. We were never gone, just down and down. Just another silent prison, right into the cataclysm. Find a way to panic and the doubt. Look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn. Stronger together now, we were never gone, gone, gone. So look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn. Stronger together now, we were never gone, gone, gone. Look to the break of dawn, to the break of dawn, my friends. Come on, come on, come on, light up the flame. You're gonna bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. Bring the light back, bring the light back, bring it right back. As the rain it sways in the old monsoon, and the pain it preys on an open wound. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold. Gotta break the stranglehold. I have sealed myself, I have cried my tears. Now I steel myself to defy my fears. And be strong, be strong, be strong. I am right where I belong. As the sun breaks through, I find my hope among the embers. Rest long remembered where they flow. And I fall, forever following the flame. I give all, forever following the flame. Winding round, over and over again, faded to wander. Strike me down, over and over again, to come back stronger. And I fall, forever following the flame. I give all, forever following the flame. Ever on and on, always come back stronger. Ever and on.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. All right. So, the day arrives.
So we need a plan.
Yes, we do.
We need to expand on the plan. You mean?
Yes.
You need to expound
Have
on
a
the plan.
So
All
it's
right.
going to be a large distraction. Some of the guard will go toward it, but I do not expect all of them to,
Correct.
or even the majority of them to.
An amount of guards will be distracted.
Yes.
Then,
Well,
after
we're
the
going-
explosion,
The majority of us are going to attempt to sneak through and make our way towards Cledwyn's chambers.
we'll need to talk with Chizik's contact to see if she can help get us in, if possible.
Would that happen before or after the explosion? Because I slightly feel like getting as far as we can before the explosion happens would be useful.
If-
And I have a way to signal when the explosion should or could happen now.
If Chizik's contact can get some of us inside before.
Yes.
If Chizik's contact can't get any of us inside, after.
Yes.
Jack, given that this is the morning of the thing we're going to do we know that information or are we just not going to know it?
If you guys, which I assume you would be able to, contact Chizik and Torvald
Mhm.
before whenever the curtain goes up of, hey, we're at Cledwyn Manor.
Yeah.
Chizik will be inform you that he can get you in contact with Gazella, the laundry maid that he knows.
Sweet.
However, Gazella does not know that there are a whole bunch of people coming to murder her employer. And she might not be super accepting of, oh, you want me to be part of a murder assassination plot. With Kenna located, Kenna will inform you that she can transform into a rat and then open a door from the inside, potentially. Also, she's fairly sneaky.
She is.
We could.
Thalia's input, please. Once she has been located.
Thalia recommends that the whole thing is potentially hinging upon the fact that we don't know where these hostages are, and she would assume that they are somehow accessible, or they're probably somewhere in the manor. At least her nieces are, she would assume.
Possible.
Or at least accessible from the manor. Possibly in a basement or something.
Yes.
I mean, so
So
Zella doesn't want. Oh, sorry, Aaron.
We could either have her turn into a rat and sneak in, and then open the door for the rest of us with some combination of subtlety and lockpicks. Or we could chance trying to persuade the laundry maid to let another of us in. I actually work in the same profession, so I could pose as a last minute replacement or something. So we have more hands inside the house before things kick off. But even with Pass Without a Trace, it doesn't seem like a good idea to assume we'll actually be able to maintain stealth once we're all inside.
No, it's very unlikely.
Because we are not equipped for this.
Nope.
Zoe, do you? Which one do you think would be better? We did already pay. I have already forgotten her name. Whoops.
Kenna.
Genna, thank you.
Kenna.
Kenna. We've already paid her to do the job. A part of me doesn't actually want to get this laundry maid in trouble.
No.
That's fair.
I don't like the risk, but I understand that it probably gives us a better chance of finding the hostages before things start.
True.
The downside of that risk is that if it doesn't go as planned, she could potentially reinforce the defenses by letting her master know that something's coming.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the risk. The only reason we've got a shot is because he doesn't know we're coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll look to Thalia, correct me if I'm misunderstanding this. If we lose that element of surprise, basically anything else in the plan is shot.
Aye, that's probably accurate. Surprise is going to be our best option. Distracted guards are a good idea, but if we the more people we can get inside, and the closer to Cledwyn, without tipping off the staff or the guards, is probably more effective.
Is there a way to send Kenna in to find the hostages before we set off
I mean,
the
Kenna can
alchemy
do that.
fire?
Kenna can do that at any time. She can turn into a rat, and just go in.
That
Yeah.
would be useful. So we do both. We have Kenna going and trying to find the hostages, and we get in contact with this maid first and have her let us in.
I thought we agreed that the maid was a bad idea.
Yeah, Aurelia, I don't think the maid's a good idea, because if the maid decides that she doesn't want to help, or that we are
If
doing
she
something
picks
dangerous,
up that this is more than just whatever your rogue who told her about his curiosity,
then she could
there is a decent chance she intentionally or otherwise might jeopardize our information.
So,
Ah.
yeah.
Keaton is very persuasive, though.
Yes, but even
That's
then,
still a major risk.
that's
because
still a chance.
So let's say that Hedon, I don't doubt your skills. Let's say Hedon manages to charm our socks off. She is completely happy to help us kill someone because Hedon gave the say so. It's still very possible that whoever she works for or whoever she works with notices that there's something off. She's nervous. He's not using her normal routes, especially if we want to use it to get anyone in, she'll need to do something active and unusual. And again, it's potentially a risk we want to take, but if it fails, that's our opportunity gone. So I think we've all agreed that it's not really worth the risk for the rather minimal benefit.
Yeah. Also, I don't feel comfortable putting. I don't care about Cledwyn or his warders. That I don't feel comfortable putting a random laundry maid in the line of fire.
Okay.
So, I think kinda getting an eye on the hostages as a rat is probably our best bet, and then with that information gathered ahead of time, being ready to let us in to move fast. Talia, I can surmise if we find out where they're at, you're probably going to want to break off and handle them while we handle Cledwyn.
I mean, I'm guessing that having me and Kenna here hunting down the hostages and handling them is probably going to be a bit safer.
And with the amount of noise we'll be making, I don't think anybody's going to be looking for you.
Yeah, on that topic, I really hope you're not bringing the armor. That is entirely counter to what we're trying to do here.
I am absolutely bringing the armor. Because I am squishy and noodly and have been knocked out very quickly before, and the armor prevents me from being knocked out very quickly and us going down a man.
We'll handle it. If nothing else, he can be our second distraction.
I feel like the armor probably isn't going to be sneaky, so once fighting starts, the armor can come in as sort of a really loud, oh look, I broke through the wall offense.
Make it very clear to any guards that are outside that the actual danger is inside.
By that point, they will hopefully be dealing with alchemist fire and not be in a position to suddenly change course.
This is a lot of ifs.
You're running towards an explosion you just heard. Because there's an explosion outside your lord's manor. Then you hear a wall of the manor break and potentially see a flying suit of armor.
We'll have it both.
You can turn around.
Yes, you can. But then you've got two problems to deal with.
We'll have it happen at the same time.
No, not at the same time. They have to already be running away. And if we do it at the same time, then you guys won't be able to get into the manor.
Why not?
Really?
What if you and you're a separate? You have Hedon in the power armor. We have the were-rats with their alchemist fire. We have Kenna, who is already in the manor searching. We have the group of Kenna comes back, opens the door, people go in, and then at the same time we have the trigger of Hedon and the alchemist fire. In an explosion like that, people aren't going to know what's happening. That will hide Hedon's entrance in. That would make it more distracting.
We don't really have any sort of communication with the alchemist fire.
I do.
No, we don't. You can talk into people's mind. They can't talk back. You'll just freak out some person and they'll set things off.
Yes, they can. I have new magic.
Also, this hasn't been set up with the fire team before. We don't have any contact with the fire team. They just do their
Also-
thing and go.
That relies on them being particularly uninsightful and particularly unwatchful. As the guards on one of the most prominent watch captains' houses, I don't trust that.
You know, we're not. We don't have the ability to be in sync with the explosion.
Yes, we can communicate when the explosion needs to go off. We will not have the level of precision to use an explosion to cover also exploding the house. That's just not happening.
That's true. We can hear, we can from a concealed position hear what's happening as far as the lads setting off the alchemist fire, but as far as it necessarily covering our approach, dicey at best. It's a signal,
think-
but it might not.
The major hope is that some of them will run towards that and there will be less of them around to see us. Having any sort of loud noise at that point around the house completely negates the benefits of the alchemist fire.
Yes. But once you guys start attacking Cledwyn inside, the guards that are left behind outside will come in after you. I can simply follow them in. I can simply follow in behind them.
How are you planning to get your armor to right outside of the manor without being suspicious?
I don't have. I can be in the area without being suspicious.
That armor kind of stands out.
Yes, it does, and that's the point.
Especially now you've
I
painted it.
I can very easily make it look like Jack. I'm assuming there are street performers even in Fell Heights.
There are street performers in places like Dancer's Court and 13 Clouds. Buskers and that sort of thing are not terribly welcome in upscale residential areas of Fell Heights.
Is there any sort of like street activity like that could be utilized? Not necessarily buskers, but people displaying art or any sort of fancy, seeming something that could very easily be mistaken for a stupid noble doing a stupid thing. In view of as far as guards are concerned. Outside on the street.
Unlikely.
Really?
See, that still draws a reasonable amount of attention, even if you pull it off, which I'm skeptical of. That's something they check out.
The fact that they are checking it out, Zoe, the fact that they see me standing out on the street doesn't matter when their boss calls them to help him with the people attacking him. They're going to turn around and go back inside. At which point, I follow in behind them. They're not going to leave somebody outside to watch the suspicious guy when there are people with knives at their boss's throat.
How are you planning to get the armor into that area of Fell Heights?
I'm going to walk it in.
That is the thing that I am arguing might create an issue. Not... Though, I think it
not
also
wrong.
creates an issue for you to just be standing outside in it. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just an actual assassin. And one of very few people here who has any experience sneaking into a house and stabbing someone.
I mean, I've got
That's
experience.
fair.
I've got experience sneaking into a house and stabbing someone, just not with a blade.
I don't know. Fucking.
If it's consensual, it's not the same thing.
I don't know if it'll work on the suit, but I have something that might be able to help at least hide it for if we can
What's
get
that?
near enough. I can turn him into a fart.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
That's I haven't used the spell before. Kinda new.
Explain this, because you may have just saved us a lot of headache.
Yeah. Gaseous form. If I cast that on you while you're in the suit, that could just turn you into a puff of mist, and then you can just hang around for an hour.
We've got hours before it's time for us to get ready. We can test this right now. It takes an hour to restore our magical capacity.
Yep. Then get in the suit.
I get in the suit.
And I cast gaseous form on him. You have to really want it.
I make a series of gestures in this gaseous form. Because
Does it work? Does it let him turn into a gaseous form while in the power armor?
I put
Yeah.
it in chat.
No. Gaseous form will affect Hedon and the power armor.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that any more subtle?
I mean, it's a cloud of mist versus a person in power armor. So
I turn into a cloud of
Okay,
mist.
is it
I then,
reasonably subtle?
while in the cloud of mist,
Yeah.
I then slip through the cracks of the floorboard and go into the basement of this house.
There's spiders down there.
Or you could,
No. I do that right now in the Hawkshead house. I slip through the cracks in the floorboard and go into the basement.
I was trying to ask a question about how the spell works in this universe to the GM.
Yeah.
That was directed at the group, not you.
So, Aaron, as far as Zoe can see, Cole casts a spell on Hedon while he's in the power armor. He begins to dissipate into a cloud of mist. He's slow, and you watch this mist just kind of disperse. And it looks like a cloud of mist. It doesn't look like a transparent suit of power armor or anything like that. So, I mean, it's slow, but that is probably the best way to have the power armor approach the area if he's going to be.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cole.
I thought it was weird that I'd be able to do this. Now I cast it on Jinx earlier, and I thought I just erased her, but turns out that's not what happened. It just wore off after about an hour.
all right. So there's an option for getting the suit in.
What can I see and everything? I'm still aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
What's because I actually haven't. I know there is a basement, but I haven't actually been in it. What do I see in the basement?
In Hawkshead House?
Yeah.
You go down, it's pretty dark. You slip through the cracks near the trapdoor, like around the edge. With the trapdoor closed, it's completely dark in there.
Do I retain my
have
dark vision? Yeah.
You have dark vision as a tiefling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still see. There's mud, there's stone walls, there's the mostly decayed workbenches, but you can still see. You're still aware of your surroundings.
I phase back up through the floor and try to see if I can signal to Cole to let it go.
Cole, you see the mist come back up. It sort of hovers in front of you and sort of swans from side to side.
Well, I wasn't gonna hold on to it for the whole hour anyway, so I'll let it
Right.
go.
Right. So
So
you're back.
Popping back out of the power suit. So this actually, with that, I could actually just find Cledwyn's room and be in there for when you guys bust in.
I mean, he'll see you if you
Yeah.
just hang around in his
Well,
room.
yeah,
You can
obviously
hang-
I don't need to just swirl around him as mist, but I can basically be there so that you guys bust in and whoop, surprise power armor.
Until
Round
Cole
him.
drops
Is his room carpeted? Because that will make it difficult for you to drift up through the floor.
I can drift in around doorways and cracks and just about
Yeah,
anything
I think the
else.
only thing that'll stop him is water.
I mean, no, absolutely, but it is less subtle.
Yeah.
It's workable. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it, but it is a lot less subtle for something to drift up through the ceiling and floor than a large slowly moving cloud of mist that makes its way through a house.
Also, call me crazy if you're a paranoid asshole and you see a mist seeping in through the bottom of your doorway, you're pressing whatever panic button you have. It's a better solution than busting in the side of the building.
Would be a good way to get the
But-
guards away from the front door if you guys have problems sneaking in.
We're not sneaking in through the front door.
I said if you guys have problems sneaking in, not if you guys have problems sneaking in through the front door.
All right, so as I understand it so far, love, what you've got is crazy tattoo boy in whatever this powered armor suit and turned into mist, trying to approach like through from the outside.
As possible.
Cledwyn's probably got windows in his room. He wants to be able to see out.
That's fair, and that's Windows got at least a crack for it. So
All right.
My concern with the gaseous form is that if Cole drops the spell early, then you are alone with Cledwyn.
Don't drop the
And
spell
have to
early.
deal with that.
I won't.
try and not get into the middle of a fight, Cole.
So that's
Yeah.
that makes it even more essential that those in the that Cole be concentrating on the spell is not in some group that might be unsubtle or run into other guards. Path Without a Trace is going to help with that, but there's still a lot of us. The more people are in the group that's moving, the more likelihood that someone will hear something.
Well, fortunately, the manor's not walled off from the outside. I mean, it's a big building, and they try and keep it secure, but you know, it's butted up, and it's just got a wee bit of a low fence around it. So, we should be able to.
Fuck, this is like a shittier version of our job last Sidix.
If his room is on the second floor, when I cast gaseous form, or when I make Eden apart, he can just fly around the second floor looking in all the windows before,
Aye.
and then
I mean-
come back, let us know which area if he sees Cledwyn.
He
No, he can't. No, never mind.
communicate.
He can't talk.
All of your
He's,
magic
he's
if
foggy.
But he doesn't necessarily need to talk.
Hell, and
Within the, if I can be inside of him,
that's true.
he
You can
talk to me.
be the. That's true. Yeah. If he can talk through brains like you can,
Yep.
yeah. As long as he can see you.
We're having the beginnings of a plan forming here.
All right.
And then
I need to go make a disguise for myself. Because I can't exactly swan up to his back door looking like this. He'll know right off who it is. And Kenna. Yeah, so, and I'm going to be a rat.
Yep.
Try not to die, you cost more that way.
Well, they're going to have a hard time having. Yeah, no, that's. Hey, where's your. Kenna looks over at Diamond. Hey, where's your fancy sword?
You're muted, Nicole.
Whoop. It's I can summon it. Why?
Pull it out for a sec.
Summon spell.
Mm-hmm. You can hold on to it. I just want to touch the blade, if that's okay.
Sure.
She kind of taps it a little bit. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, no, that one... That's magic in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic.
What are you doing?
Does anybody have a pointy, sharp thing that's not magic?
I pull out my hand axe.
Yes.
Hey, awesome! All right. So a 12-year-old walks up to you and holds out her hand. Hit me with that as hard as you can.
You know what? Sure. And I take the hand axe.
Oh my god.
So it just slashes right in, and spray of blood pulls back. She swears under her breath, pulls it back, and the flesh just closes up over top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good.
Fancy trick.
No. If it's
Oh yeah, I'm safe, probably, unless
avoid or
Avoid-
target. Bloodwood is a
Yeah.
But
it's
Cledwyn's
fine.
probably got one of those fancy warder blades that actually does hurt. Yeah. But everybody else up there is probably just gonna really annoy me a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Works for me.
Kenna,
Rat
you
that
have
would die. Just-
do you have the do you have the poisons now, or will you have them later?
Oh yeah, I got him now. She pulls out 3 little vials.
Perfect.
Poisons?
Can
Paralyze, paralyze, injury.
I'll
Those
take-
will hurt.
I'll take one of those paralyzes.
I'll be
Okay, that's
efficient.
good for 5 hits, and then you're done.
What happens if he drinks it?
Well, I mean, that's same thing, probably.
Cool.
Or you can just kind of like pour it on him.
Can I throw it at him?
I mean, as long as it splashes on him.
Cool.
What happens
The-
if you?
Oh, keep in mind that's hard to aim.
This it
Sorry, Cora?
That was.
Oh, yeah.
Rat's joke.
The other assassin wants to take another one of these poison vials.
Being proficient with a poisoner's kit, do I have any additional insight into like what kinds of things these are? How much
just-
actual quality are we getting?
Roll me just a straight intelligence check or insight, whichever you prefer.
I'll go with insight.
Okay.
17.
17. There we go. Yep. So yeah, we've got 1 vial of serpent venom and 2 vials of carrion crawler mucus, basically. The serpent venom, you actually have to put it on a blade and injure somebody with it for it to take effect. The carrion crawler stuff, if they touch it, it seeps through the skin. Basically, if they make skin contact with the carrion crawler stuff, they'll have to save against paralysis, basically.
Okay. I'll take the serpent venom one. I'm assuming that will work on my packed blade. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
It isn't
Yeah,
really magic.
you're proficient, so you can apply that to your packed blade. Basically, after you apply it, it has a duration of 2 hours, and during that time, the first 5 hits that make contact, they have to save or suffer extra poison damage.
As
Let's
I
go.
as I take the second paralysis one, question for the GM? Can I apply the paralysis poison to my rings for ring strike?
Yeah.
What about bullets?
You give me a nature check, Aurelia,
Okay.
because nature is basically physical sciences.
6.
Yep. I mean, maybe it's not terribly it's not infused, but maybe.
No.
It is worth mentioning. If there is some opportunity where this might be useful, we do have something invisible that can administer
Fair point.
this
Yes.
particular kind of thing
We got
pretty
good one.
much wherever.
Fair enough.
Well, while this conversation is happening, Wotan's going to walk over to the desk in the living room area of the Hawkshead house and swipe a handful of the rings that he's constantly forging out of bent metal pieces and just grab a small bag and put some rings into it.
Yeah, I mean, using
Okay.
all to,
Cool.
make poison. probably be a good fucking bit.
John, you look like you're saying things, but no noise is coming out.
Yeah, it's because I had to turn my volume down because my AC is on.
Oh.
I
Sorry,
mean,
we haven't heard anything.
yeah, using Shithal to apply the paralyzing poison first would probably be a good way to open.
And as it so happens, he's immune to poison, so should everything go horribly wrong, yes, very good. Should anything go wrong in terms of fumbling or spilling or explosions or anything like that, at least the poison won't backfire on one of our combatants.
Jathal holds out his hands, little like clutchy fingers, and then makes a drinking motion. And then a spitting motion.
Honestly, it's probably useful for the melee fighters to have the poison, so probably the one Woden currently has should go to Chithal.
Guys, no offense, Wotan, but I've seen you fling those rings. They sometimes miss.
No, actually, they don't. They can't miss.
I feel like you've missed with them before.
They're like a smite.
Hasn't.
You apply them after a hit. They cannot miss.
Yeah, he's never you actually, as you're thinking back, you're like, actually no, I have never seen him miss with those rings.
It's not.
He always hits something and then follows it right up, and that ring
just.
just.
That's right.
Once it like if I miss with my sword, the poison's still there the next time I try and stab. It's a question of how far away from things you are.
The rings can strike from a great distance, and I can apply the poison to the rings and keep them ready.
Fine, and I'll toss Karashana the snake's venom. It's not like anyone listens to me anyway.
No. Zoe, you keep that. I'll give Korshana mine. I'm probably gonna be ragey in the time.
In your ability, we have a lot stacked on you as it is.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm also not very good at poison stuff. So you should definitely be carrying one.
Sure.
So
And that poison's that snake stuff is pretty, like, I mean, even if you're strong and you can resist the worst parts of it, it's still gonna bite some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll give Giselle the crawler mucus.
Shithal grabs it.
Oh no, sorry. No, Korshana. I give it to Korshana. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
Shithal makes grabby hands.
not yet.
This is like the first time you've ever actually seen him enthusiastic about doing something.
And I appreciate it.
Suspicious.
Okay.
All
So
right. We've got the basis of a plan.
you guys have the basis of a plan.
Woohoo!
So we're going to shift to a little before sunset. I want 2 people to make me deception checks. You guys are the leads on trying to get people into Fell Heights without making things seem sketchy.
I'll make one of those deception checks.
23.
Works for me.
27.
So you guys get everything assembled. Hedon, I do apologize. If you're making one, you're gonna have to make it a disadvantage because you're in power armor.
I'm gonna use my.
Saying we should.
Actually, can I use my inspiration to counteract that disadvantage?
Yeah.
I'll use my inspiration to counteract that disadvantage
All right. Sounds good.
because I've got like 3.
Okay. So you make your way up to the gates of Fell Heights through a variety of means. Thalia makes the case that maybe having everybody on the same boat is not the best idea. So some of you by boat, some of you by carriage, some of you leave earlier to go on foot. And eventually, after a few hours of travel on pretty much everybody's part, you find yourselves all in a similar area, the crossing of Nethirin Lane and Marble Crest Avenue. Cledwyn's Manor is pretty apparent, even from just a cursory walk past. The banner is held out. There is he displays the Fell Heights colors with a wolf's head facing outward. There's a number of heavily armed guardsmen, most of them holding morning stars. And the place is built very similar to a fortress. Heavy stonework, reinforced metal fittings. The doors are iron shod, heavy wood, dense oak. And you guys begin to draw in to your original positions for your deployment. Not directly adjacent or in the back alley immediately behind the manor, but a building or so away so that you can begin your preparations without having direct line of sight to the building itself. What are we starting with? Potions, spells? How's this going down? Eden's in his power armor, right?
Rat and gaseous form, I think. Is the first
Okay. Yep. Kenna will shift to rat form and go sneaking around to try and find an entrance.
Should this be when I cast Pass Without Trace for everybody?
Not wait until.
How long does that last? I think it's only 10 minutes.
It's an. Sorry.
Pass Without Trace lasts an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
So probably. I'll use my poison to coat my blade now.
How long do the poisons persist?
An hour.
Mine lasts
An
2
hour?
hours.
Or yours last 2 hours?
Yeah. Aaron's last 2 hours. Or
Okay.
Zoe's last 2 hours.
Yeah, and I'm also confident on my spells, so I won't use my blade until we get to Kedwin if there are earlier encounters.
Ring strike lasts an hour and doesn't require concentration, so when it gets close to time, he will poison his rings and cast them and keep them close to his body.
Okay.
I hand the bottle to the closet.
The closet, the cork out, sucks it all down in its mouth.
Good thing closets don't need to breathe. Time to go invisible. And going along with the advanced secret group.
You notice that the closet no longer has anything in its mouth. He burps and a little green bubble comes out.
God damn it.
His stomach is a little distended and he sort of just pats it and then
Okay.
pretends to stick a finger down his throat.
Yeah.
Gives you a little bit of a thumbs up.
Fair.
I sort of look at Cole and just sort of present arms.
And then you turn into mist.
I like that it's done with finger guns.
Yep. Be gone.
Stop.
You are missed.
I'm going to, as subtly as I can in mist form, just sort of circle the building to see if I can figure out where Cledwyn's room is.
Give me a stealth check.
Do I have advantage for being missed?
Sure, why not? If you spend one of your inspirations, how about that?
Sure. Natural 20.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah, the other one.
Natural 20. All right. So yeah, you just drift around.
I like how deftly you did that. By the way, do I get advantage? Sure, if you spend one of your inspiration. In other words, no.
I had 2 left. I still have 1.
I know. What I'm saying is, no, you did not have disadvantage because you're a clown.
You did not have advantage because you were a cloud, but I'll give it to you if you spend one. Okay, so you drift around. Give me a perception check as well there, Eden.
Oh, that one didn't have advantage, but I had an 18.
Same either way. Yep. So you're drifting, thinking cloud. You know, you're thinking cumulus. You're thinking, and you're wafting, trying to feel the air on this weird form that is your body. Takes you about 5 minutes to make a full circuit of the building. And you're peering through windows, and you see one of them. Looking inside, there's a large 4-poster type bed. There's a fairly ornately carved desk, number of books and papers scattered about all over top of it. Plush chair, pair of boots at near the bottom of the bed with a evening formal wear laid out on it. And then a body walks past, buck-ass naked, starts pulling on the clothes.
On a scale
The
of
beard.
on a scale of 1 to 10.
You'd say he's for being mid-40s.
On a scale of 1 to 20.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 20, for being mid-40s, he's like a solid 14 and a half.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is this definitely Cledwin? I feel like is the more relevant question to some of them.
9.5 to 9.9. The beard is there, the shaved head. He literally, he like stops with his breeches on, walks bare-chested over to a basin, and draws a straight razor over the scalp a few times just to make sure, towels it off a bit. Comes back, straps on the rest of his clothes.
Walks up to a mirror. I, Reinald Cledwin, am handsome.
He's not played by Neil Patrick Harris. Don't take that.
Drowned Knives font is almost complete.
If only someone was here to overhear this unnecessary monologue. Strapped on the rest of his clothes, and you see the shield and the sword laying off to one side. He's not picking them up yet, but he's definitely getting himself geared. The boots are initially covered by greaves and then by plate for the feet. You found Cledwin's room for sure.
I will waft back towards the group in hiding.
Okay.
Until Cora can see me.
No. You have to see me.
If I can see you,
Otherwise,
then...
this would be way easier because my invisible closet would be okay. You now have the ability.
Until I can see Cora.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Cora, you see the cloud drift around the corner.
Bloop.
Give directions, and also that he's getting dressed, so might not be in his room for much longer.
You're waiting.
Do we want him to be in his room for much longer?
As long as he doesn't leave.
No, just saying that he might not be in his room when you guys get inside.
I understand. I'm saying if the invisible closet spits its poison all over his naked body.
If you think he
And then there's an explosion. Green smoke billows out of a storefront, probably one building down and across the street from the front door of Cledwin Manor.
Jethal, get him.
I'm going to float.
And that's where we're going to end for the evening.
Time to get to work.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody!
Bye!
Goodbye.
There once was a farmer from old Flotsam town who was tired of sowing his seeds on the ground. He went for a wander and walked till the dawn, till a wanton old she-troll he stumbled upon. And hey-ho, he's ploughing a troll. The gods only know how the key fits the hole. Around in the stinking great den they did roll. And hey-ho, he's ploughing a troll. The farmer, he knew it was love at first sight. They ploughed through the morning and into the night, with teeth rotten black and a rank leather hide. This hideous creature, his bestial bride. And hey-ho, he's ploughing a troll. The gods only know how the key fits the hole. A cavernous cave for his puny old pole. And hey-ho, he's ploughing a troll. After time his excitement had started to droop. He groaned at her farts and her cold onion soup. The troll fixed his eye with a scowl made of stone, and when the guards came around all they found were his bones. And hey was plowing a troll. The gods only know how the key fit the hole. No burial mound and no rest for his soul, because hey ho, he was plowing a troll. And hey ho, he was plowing a troll. The gods only know how the key fit the hole. A dirty old tale from the bed to the